All right, welcome to the Degenerate Gamblers, where we gamble on anything, man. It's a sunny day. I don't think it's gonna rain, so I'm staying away betting on the weather today. We won 50 bucks last week betting on rain, but we bet on everything, man. We have some solid fucking ping pong coming up. We'll be betting on that. But right now, Degenerate Gamblers welcomes my man Kevin Gootee, who's going to talk about the NFL because look, it starts tonight, and the listeners want it. They need it. We need that info. Let's get into it, Kevin. How you doing?
Great. It looks like that money you made from gambling last year really paid off in that gender reassignment surgery. So congratulations on that.
Hey, I'm happy. I'm feeling giddy inside. It is what
Well,
it
you,
is. The
you look
gender
like a
reassignment. That's where
you
we
look like
are.
a you look like a male female I guess a different version of Emily Ratajkowski now with that new surgery. So that's hot.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm rocking a Wu-Tang
We-
shirt.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, listen, this podcast I'm sure preaches it, but cash rules everything around me. Cream.
Yes, it does.
Get that money,
Cash is
dollar
king.
bill, y'all. What's
That's
up?
all we do.
Yeah, we're here to talk NFL. I'm excited. It's gonna be a hopefully another profitable season for yours truly. This is my secondary income is NFL. The one part that I really don't like about it, I mean, it's a minor gripe, is when that late August, early September, kind of calendar flips to that. I got to lay out so much money for the futures, for betting pools, spread pools, suicide picks, box pools. I have a buddy who does a Sunday night box pool game. It's just so much money being laid out. You're like, God damn.
Did you guys have your yearly fantasy football party yet?
Well, it stinks now because most of us, I mean, we're all in our late 40s and everyone's got kids and wives and all that nonsense. So that kind of really has taken up the ability for everyone to congregate. So now it's all over. Like I am in 4 leagues. I run a league.
Yeah.
And I do. If people want to hang out, we have a Zoom room where we get there. We draft live and talk shit. And there's about 4 out of the 12 show up. So that's the extent. I have a buddy who comes over and hangs out while we draft. But the days of really drafting in person, sadly enough, are gone. So it's just
Yeah,
again
I
with the
know.
age and where we are.
I know Lawrence used to tell me all the time, you gotta go over to Goatee's party, man. We got the big fantasy league. Man,
Yeah, it's fun.
he used to get jacked about that.
Yeah, he's not in the league anymore, but yeah, it's still a good time.
Well,
We
yeah,
have a
yeah.
con-
He's got a kid now. He's all
yeah.
grown up.
Yeah, we have a comics league too. Comics league draft we do. So
That's
it's
wild.
fun.
Well, getting into it. Look, let's
Yeah.
just start before we go into conferences and leagues. Let's just start with tonight, man, because
Yeah.
this is a banger of a game. You got
Right.
the Ravens headed to Kansas City. I'm biased. I can't even go in here with a clear head. And anyone who's listening knows college football is my thing. That's why I got Kevin on the show because, you know, I've been betting NFL for decades and I don't spend enough time on it. I don't know why. I'm 99% into the college game. But I'm biased towards Baltimore because, I was at Georgia Southern years ago when Jeff Monken, the coach of Army,
Hmm.
was down there as an assistant coach, and his cousin Todd Monken is the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. His first year, they go 13-4, and I don't know why. Tell me why I should bet against him.
Tell me why you should bet against the Baltimore Ravens. How about
Yeah,
just it's just the numbers, and I'm trying to and I wish I would have pulled this up before we started. But look, I have a thing. My buddy Nick Whitmer and I, we do the new "See You at the Window" podcast, formerly called Fantasy Football Jibber Jabber. Nick pulled out numbers, and bottom line is this: quarterbacks that don't play in the preseason, we've learned to fade week one.
no
And
shit.
Lamar has not thrown a single pass at all preseason. And I want you to tell me why I should back a guy who ended out the season rusty, lost 3 out of 5 guys on the offensive line, and gagged it up against the Chiefs the previous time they played. And it's again, as soon as I find these stats, this is going to help me out a
Dude,
hell of
you
a lot
just
more.
threw a bang. You threw one out of left field right there with that stat.
Yeah.
Quarterback that doesn't play preseason, you fade him in the opening game.
Right. Also, rookie quarterbacks making their NFL debut, and especially if they're on the road, because that's something we'll
Well,
talk
Lamar
about in a little
Jackson's
while.
certainly not a rookie quarterback, but he's
No,
going
but other picks. Oh, I just had it and it went away. Damn, damn, damn. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
he's going into a place tonight that's going to be absolutely insane. You're not going to be able to hear anything in Kansas City tonight because, it's freaking opening day, NFL, first game of the season.
Right.
And, these are reigning Super Bowl champs and they're healthy. Rumor has it, a couple of these new receivers are solid. And, Mahomes is out for blood again this year.
Here are your numbers. You ready? Mahomes. 36 and 11 these are straight up. 36 and 11 at home straight up. 15 and 4 in September, 5 and 2 on Thursday nights, 4 and 1 against the Ravens. I turn it back to you. Why would I want to back the Baltimore Ravens? By the way, who also lost their offensive line coach a few weeks ago, died. And again, 3 new starters in there, different defense. I'm not buying. Sorry.
You're
I
talking
don't
me
like
out
that.
of it, man. You're talking me out of it quickly. Chiefs.
If you, I debated about teasing the Ravens, and I still kind of am to 10 and going under. And I may just hedge and try and take KC minus to 2.5 by the half a point if it doesn't drop as we tape it. It's 10:39 on Eastern time on Thursday kickoff day. If I can't get a 2.5, I just may buy it. But another thing too, Kansas City does not blow teams out.
No.
So if there's a way you can get the 10, tease the 10, and then tease the under, which a lot of unders, especially week 1, that's king. So that should be good enough reason for you not to take the Ravens.
What about this bet? What about Kansas City money line and the under? Because that's
I
got
have
to,
no I have no problem with that at all, especially the money line part. I
yeah.
wish I
I mean,
could
if that game goes over, you're hitting a parlay in the positive. You're hitting a plus. I don't know what it is. Got to be plus 140, 150, I would think. Tell you right now. Yeah, if I took Kansas City money line and the under, that's plus 211. Plus 211. That's tough not to do, man.
Oh, there you go. You're better. You're back. You're back. You froze
Oh,
for a
I
minute.
froze. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
plus 211. Kansas City money line in the under.
Nuts.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Not
So
bad. Not
you're
bad at
leaning
all.
towards Kansas City also in the under. So that's where we are. And I think that's probably a solid way to go tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to lose Rasheed Rice anytime soon. It looks like Pacheco has no competition in the backfield for touches. CEH is out for 4 weeks. Not that he was going to overtake him anyway, but this is the Pacheco show. They learned to run him late anyway in the season last year. This is a no brainer for me.
All right. Okay. So that's where we are right now. We're leaning Kansas City tonight. And I do like the fact, try to get it under 3 points. If you got to buy a point, buy a point. Because, there's nothing worse if Kansas City wins by a field goal.
I mean, you push. It's not the worst thing, but when you could have made money, it stings a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So getting into it, let's look at some different leagues right now. Let's start with you know what? Let's start with your favorite team's league. Let's start with the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
And your team, the New York Giants. Um,
uh,
we have a lot in common. Me being a Jet fan, you being a Giant fan the last 5, 6 years. I'm just glad Tommy DeVito made the team, man, because I love that kid. I did a commercial with him. And I don't care. I think he's probably as good or better than Daniel.
Can't say that because Daniel Jones won a playoff game and they went over 500. And
Yeah, it's
I'll
tough.
give the state of the Giants union real fast in 30 seconds. This is the year that the excuses are over for Daniel Jones. And I've been one of the guys who kept saying he doesn't have it's not a full report card yet. You can't judge. He's had an awful offensive line. He's had no real weapons except for Saquon Barkley. Now that he's got a burner receiver and an all right, maybe-ish offensive line, that's it. They're going to cut bait with him this year if he sinks. So that's where we are. I mean, the defense is secondary. I mean, they brought back a Dory Jackson, which, I'm not crazy about that. There are really 4 key players on this team: Dexter Lawrence, Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and now Neighbors. And maybe the Scottish Hammer punter 5. Oh, and
He's
and
amazing.
the
The punter,
kicker
he's got
is damn good. But
the
yeah,
guy with a
it's
mullet.
yeah. Listen, he rocks it. Last year, I got too cocky. I thought after the Giants made the playoffs 2 years ago, I said, watch them make the playoffs again. Same team. Nope, they got wiped. This year, I took them under 6.5 wins. I just don't think that they are going to do it. It just that NFC East is beleaguering to them. Yes, they always beat the piss out of the Redskins. No, I don't know if they're going to be able to sweep them again this year. Dallas kicks the dick out of us every single year. Yeah, I'll be there on Thursday night when the annual sacrificing of the annual sacrificing takes place, and you watch a bunch of Dallas Cowboy fans in their jerk off Mexican wrestling masks show up. Yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
Dallas fans second worst in the country. Eagles fans own that honor far and
right.
away. But the Giants, I just they'll be in it. They'll tease you. I'll tell you what they are. They are an against the spread covering machine a lot of the games too. They'll always hang tight,
Oh
especially
yeah,
in teasers. So that's where I say on the Giants under 6.5. See
yeah.
at the window.
I love under 6.5. I just I went through that schedule and I'm like, they could win. They could win 5 or 6. 7, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. So who do you think's gonna win the NFC division?
The East, I mean, as much as I hate them, as much as I wish a meteor would hit that town and wipe out everybody, the Eagles are going to win that one.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, a lot of people, have the Eagles going to the NFC championship. I mean, it's possible in that league this year. I think they have a good chance. Um, you know,
I don't know. Off the defense is still a question mark for them. They got a little bit better with a couple of the corners they did take. Heretic's gone. That was a big, sack guy. I don't know. And of course, the Sirianni beef with Jalen Hurts. You don't know how that's going to end up. And Philly's going to Philly it up, which I'm happy about. Anyway, it would be good if I got to the NFC Championship because then they get their hopes up so high, and then all of them wearing their green and white Zubaz striped pants, they're just going to cry and together eat horseshit pies as they've been known to do
nobody
it.
likes Philly. Nobody likes anyone from Philly.
Right.
As an avid Knicks fan this year, I wanted nothing than Joel Embiid to just break his leg in game 3. It would have made me happy. I just never have liked anything with that time. It's Philly. It's Philly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
so
They're
yeah, I
claiming
mean,
the fame. They're claiming the fame as a fictional boxer. Great films, and a sandwich that's grade D shaved meat into a bun. Yeah, it's good and tasty, but it's not. You're not hanging your hat on that. It's
yeah,
enjoyable, but
eat 5 of
that's
them and you're going to take 6 years off your life. So it is what
it.
it is. So going into the NFC North,
Right.
Detroit was a surprise last year. I think
Not really. I mean, not. I don't think they were surprised. Everyone knew they were going to come up. They just didn't know how fast they were going to come up and
Kevin,
achieve
they've
to that
sucked
level.
for 30 years. Anytime they win, it's a surprise.
No, people had him. People had him winning last year. I'm not out there saying like, oh, I had him going to the second round of the finals. I just thought they'd make the playoffs without
Yeah.
question. So
Well,
that's why I say that.
I think, and here's another one people you may not say is a surprise, but Chicago's been so horrendous, but there's big expectations this year for the Bears.
The hard knocks kiss of death is going to strike its ugly head. How's that defense? And who are the Bears to lay 4.5 week 1? Who are they with a rookie quarterback?
I know.
I don't believe that. I'll tease one other pick. I already took the Titans plus 4.5. Give me a fucking break. Rookie quarterbacks laying 4.5 at home. No thanks. That is ripe for backdoor. Will Levis is just, he's going to come right off of downtown in Nashville, off all those little bachelor parties, the Hawk Tua girls of the world down there, fresh with some stank on his hang low, and come up here. He's going to at least backdoor that game, if not win that game. Again, offensive line for the Bears, really? I don't see that. I do not see them
Yeah.
covering 4.5.
I was in Chicago a few weeks ago, and my
So was
God,
I. I saw that.
they got huge expectations for this team. And it's like, hey, come on. You guys
Right.
have sucked for a long time.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, I agree with you. I think the Titans probably could win that game.
Sure. Without question. So as for the NFC North, who could win it? Probably the Lions. I do have a couple of bets for you, though, which I know you're interested in.
Yes.
I want you to tell me how the Green Bay Packers are not going to win 10 games this year.
You think they're going to win over 10?
I think they're winning over 9.5, and that's the bet I have.
Okay, so we got that first one. Pack over.
Yep, pack over 9.5. Their first, here are their first, I'll read their schedule. In Brazil against Philly, I'll call that a loss. Home against the Colts, I'll call that a win. At Tennessee, I could call that a win. Home against the Vikings, I'll call that a win. At the Rams, I'll call that a loss. At the Cardinals, I'll call that home against the Cardinals, I'll call that a win. Home against Texans, outdoors for the Texans, I'll call that a win. At Jacksonville, I'll call that a loss just because you got to mix it up. Home against the Lions, I'll call that a win. At the Bears, I'll split the Bears. I'll call that a loss. Home against the Niners, I'll call that a loss. Home against, this is November 28th, by the way. I believe it's Thanksgiving night. I'll call this game, the Thanksgiving night game, home against the Dolphins, a win. At Lions, loss. At Seattle, I'll call that a loss. Home against the Saints, win. At Minnesota, split, I guess. So I'll call that a loss. And home against the Bears, win. That's 10. That's more than
All
10.
right. All right. I mean, they proved it last year. Solid offense, good quarterback. Yeah, I could see him win 10.
Speaking of the offense, actually, and I skipped a bet too here, but I'll give you one here for Green Bay. I also took, where are you? Damn it, I wrote it down. I'm looking right at it. It's in front of my face. Where are you hiding? There you are. Jaden Reed over 750 yards. There's no clear-cut number one receiver on that team. Christian Watson is the Fred Taylor of that team. That motherfucker is always hurt. Christian Watson caught fire last year late, had a nice rapport with Love again because Watson wasn't there. You can expect Watson to miss games. 750 yards, my God. He could probably get that in 9 games.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a lot.
That's an easy one. And an under bet I have with the Bears, Keenan Allen under 850 yards. Older guy, misses time. Third receiver. I mean, you can argue he's now the number 3 on that team. Once he starts fighting with, I think maybe has more rapport with the Dunze. And I think he's going to be checking down a lot more early, especially in this week, to the running backs and the tight ends. Again, rookie quarterback, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And I like Keenan Allen under 850. And also in the same breath, I think week 1, for that same reason I just gave you, check it down to running backs. I think DeAndre Swift you might want to look over his reception total for the week. It's 1.5, 2.5. I think that's a no-brainer as well.
Yeah, you like the over on that.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he's a beast. I mean, jeez. All right, so there you have it. We have 3 different future bets in the NFC North. Now, as we head down the NFC South, which is always my most boring, hated division, it just is. I mean, Atlanta, there's a team that just sucks year after year. You got New Orleans, Tampa Bay, supposed to be decent this year. Carolina's probably going to Carolina. That's what they do. What do you think of that division?
I think it's very interesting because Kirk Cousins coming off the ACL and his cutesy poo, you like that? Well, let's see how he likes getting chased down by the Steelers defense week 1. They're going to come fast and furious, ears pinned. I don't know. I don't know about the quarterback situation. I don't know anything about that whole division is interesting. My buddy Matt Lejeski threw out a bet. Tampa Bay to win division plus 310. Not crazy. You're getting some value for that. What I do have is I have another bet on that one. I have Chris Godwin over 925 yards. He's gone over 1,000 the last several years. Mike Evans, although very reliable and over 1,000 every year, he's going to get his looks. Chris Godwin getting moved back to the slot, by the way, his real home. So, I mean, he hits every year he's in the slot. I don't see why that can't be the case as well this year. So Chris Godwin over 925 receiving yards.
Evans misses games too. I mean, he's getting older, gonna get banged up. Yeah, I could see that. Godwin's a beast. He's their number 1 right now. I mean, that should be solid. So it's over what, 925 or 950?
925.
925. Godwin, gotcha. All right. So we head to the NFC West. I mean, I think this is an interesting conference this year, man, because you got obviously San Francisco, the favorite. What do you think these other? I mean, Arizona, Rams could be bounced back. What do you think of this division?
I think the Rams are on the come up as well. By the way, Jimmy Failure, Sean McVay. Have you ever seen those two guys in the same place at the same time? No. Google those two. I think the Niners are still it. This is going to be the end though for this offense in terms of being able to keep everybody because
Yeah,
of the salary cap. It's now or never. Niners should win the whole division. Probably, I think they're going to win the whole NFC thing again. What I do have is I've got another prop bet. I have Trey McBride over 4.5 touchdowns. He had 3 last year and missed Kyler Murray for more than half the year. He's got Kyler now for the full year. So tell me this: who else do they have besides Marvin Harrison Jr. on that offense that he's going to throw to?
he's going to be doing a lot of running, is what he's going to be doing.
Sure, but he throw but Kyle, I think I had the numbers somewhere. Damn it, I should pull that up too. But the numbers were in the red zone. Kyler throws the ball and he's very very efficient. Here we go. McBride 20% target share in the red zone. His first year, like I said, 3 touchdowns and no Kyler Murray. The Cardinals threw to the tight ends the second most in the NFL. McBride has a 76% catch rate. Murray's amazing passing in the red zone, second in passer rating, sixth in touchdown to interception rate, and fourth in completion percentage. So I think that one is a no-brainer.
That's a prop on Arizona. That's okay. All right.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, San Francisco. I think San Francisco should win that division. Their only problem is they run into the biggest buzzsaw in the NFL the opening week in my New York Jets. Uh
Don't ever say New York Jets and buzzsaw in the same sentence ever again, unless you're talking about the Jets facing the buzzsaw in the asshole.
I'm like Jerry Cooney when he fought Mike Tyson. The New York Jets are like, welcome into our cocoon of horror.
I
Just
can't wait to
like
hear you
Cooney,
taking the I
man.
can't wait to hear you taking the Jets when we come to the AFC. That's gonna be fun.
So that's where we're going right now, man. Let's go right into the NFC East. We just talked about the Jets playing San Francisco. I believe that's Monday night in San Francisco. You look at the NFC East, and I mean, you throw out New England. I don't know. I think this is wide open this year. Obviously Buffalo's gonna be the favorite. Miami's right there. Hey, the Jets, according to us, we're supposed to win 13 games this year with Aaron Rodgers leading the way without a fucking ACL
Do you
tear.
know the some of your and I don't put you in this because you're not that kind of guy. A lot of your dumb dildo Jet fan friends or brethren are saying, "Hey, they're favored in all but 3 games this year, and it's all Super Bowl glossy-eyed pie in the sky." Like they are just huffing that same shit Michael Jackson and Prince huffed before they died.
Yeah.
Which and then of course you'll be waiting for the inevitable razor dildo from the film Seven in your assholes by about week 6.
Well, usually last year it was week 1. I
Yeah.
I was there, I was telling you, I was on the 50-yard
Yep.
line, about the 30th row. I had the best seats in the place. Watched Aaron Rodgers bring out the flag. It was so loud you couldn't hear anything. And what was it? Play 3, third snap, fourth snap.
Was it the fourth or fifth snap? I know it was.
It was quick, and he went down, and I just looked at the guy on the left of me, and I said, "Well, that was a good season, man. I'm glad I got to go to this game."
$30 million for the most patriotic man in America to carry out the flag to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, yep. And then turn in a weird way and give himself a nice year-long outage with a pussy ACL snap. That was just beautiful. So, yeah, I'm a realist right now. How many games do I think the Jets can win this year? I can say, oh, we could win 9 or 10, but I'm a Jets fan. So realistically, 2 to 4. I mean, that's just what it is. When you're a Jets fan, you expect to start off maybe 1-1, 1-2, and then the next thing you know, you're 2-10. That's
I
just,
was on. I too went to Chicago first weekend in August. I came back, went to the Cubs game. Plane got delayed. You know, it was on my flight. I just pure stupid dumb luck. Jim Florentine and Don Jameson. Don Jameson, a big Jet fan, and we were talking football for a while because we were
Donnie's
around
my
for
boy. Donnie's a huge
love.
Jets fan.
I know he is. He love Jameson. Florentine, great dude too. Jameson, buddy of mine, that got our podcast, Gutting the Sacred Cow, a bunch of times. He was in the same boat you are. He's like 7 wins. 7 wins. Everybody else is fucking retarded. They're
That's
not
like
going to win
Howie.
more. Yeah.
Howie. Yeah, Yeah, we'll be lucky to win three. We'll be lucky.
Yeah,
No, he's
Don
a big Jets
Don
fan
Don.
like me. We've been in pain the last. We always talk about it. It's just brutal being a Jets fan. Even if Rodgers is healthy, who the hell? He hasn't played in 2 years.
He's
Uh,
40 for fuck's
he's
sakes. 40,
40.
40,
Yeah,
40. Everyone's
he's
gonna say, well,
40.
Tom Brady did it. Yeah, Tom Brady is a goddamn anomaly.
I
You
saw
know,
Tom Brady the other day grab a basketball, go up and just slam it.
I
I
saw
mean,
that too. Yeah.
that's amazing. So you look at that division. Who do you got? Buffalo. How can you not have Buffalo winning that? I mean, they should win it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Florentine was trying to tell me that Miami wins that division, if you believe that.
Well, it depends how many slaps in the head Tua gets. I mean, if he gets two slaps in the forehead the opening week, he's done. He'll be
Yeah. And,
all over
yeah,
himself on the 50.
week 8, he'll think that he's in the Moana 2 sequel.
Exactly, man.
I've
I
got
mean,
some I've got some props for you if you don't mind.
yeah, go ahead. Fire him out.
Devon A. Shane over 750 yards. Yeah, we all know he ran for 780 carry, and that's obviously unsustainable. But and I obviously too, it's a bit of a timeshare. But man, when that kid plays, I had him in fantasy for the 5 weeks he was healthy. Dude, against the Giants, I think I had him over 78 yards. He had that shit in one series. I think he's easily going to hit 750 yards going over on that. I also have Josh Allen over 3750 passing yards. I
Okay.
think they'd be hucking and chucking. I know he doesn't have Stephon Diggs, probably more of a blessing than a curse right now. So he's got the Shakir kid out there, Keon Coleman out there. Those guys look like they can air it out. Shakir was catching those passes late. I also have Pat's under. I went on the alt line just to be on the safe side, and I have them under 5.5 instead of 4.5. So they got to win 6 games for me to
All right.
lose that bet. I'm laying minus 200 on the juice, but you know what? Just in case they would have played their balls off for a rookie head coach, just in case that Drake May turns out to be, not Ryan Leaf and comes out to be something worth a shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, good
took
for
I
North
took Pats
Carolina,
under
man.
5.
Kick and
Right,
sling it.
exactly. I also have in that division. Is that it? I believe that is it. Okay. Yeah, I believe that's it for that division.
Well,
Missed a couple other ones, but I'll come back to them later.
let's hustle right down the AFC North, man.
Yep.
This is one of the best divisions in the league. What do you got here for props?
AFC North, I have Mark Andrews under 800 yards. I think he is going to he's got more toys now, it looks like. I think he's going to regress. So 800 yards a lot. Also doesn't play a full season. Also came off an injury from last year. So I don't think he'll be a red zone guy. That's fine. He can go 5 for 50 for a touchdown for all I give a shit. And I'll come in clear of that. So Mark Andrews under 800 yards. And I also have, and I thought this one jumped off the fucking page to me. Derrick Henry over 10.5 rushing touchdowns. That's insane. The Ravens rushed for 20 touchdowns last year. Gus Edwards had more rush attempts in 5 years. Ravens are playing 8 games against teams in the bottom 12 for rushing touchdowns allowed. Derrick Henry has gone over his touchdown mark in 6 straight years. He's only been hitting the backfield when playing against Tennessee. He's only been hitting the backfield 30% of the time. Ravens rank 5th in run block, 6th in yards created. Here's the number you need to pay attention to. Last year, Gus Edwards had 22 out of the 34 carries inside of the 5-yard line. Translation, those carries don't go to Lamar. They go to the running back, and they're going to give it to a fucking battering ram like Derrick Henry.
So what's the over under?
10.5. I got it too late. It was 9.5 when I saw it. When I saw
10 and a
someone
half TDs.
throw that.
Okay. I like
I think
that. He's a
I
beast.
think 11. He can hit that shit by week 14.
Yeah. Yeah. Derrick Henry is, and he stays healthy. He doesn't get hurt.
Rarely. Yeah, you're right.
The guy's a monster. All right. So AFC North. So now we head down to the AFC South. What do you got for some props in that league? I personally have Houston. I have Houston going to the AFC finals.
Ballsy pick. Let me hear your logic.
I mean, I just think this is it. All these guys are back. He's got some good receivers. This kid's a great quarterback. Their defense is solid. Uh, and I just think it's them and KC. And they get there. I can't remember what I got on it, but it's big value. It was Might have been 600.
Okay. I have Anthony Richardson under 550 passing. Oh, sorry, 550 receiving yards. I think they're going to try and realize we can't run him senseless because he got first game of the year, what dislocated shoulder was it, or something happened. He got his bell wrong, concussion, missed a couple. Then he got his shoulder blasted apart. And realized this guy, we can't be putting in our all of our draft capital in a guy and have him knock fucking senseless. So we're
University of
not going to do
Florida
that.
grad, man. He was a beast down there.
Yep. So
Um,
that's
okay.
that's that.
So yeah, Jacksonville will be interesting to see if Trevor Lawrence stays healthy. Uh, I mean, you look at that league, anyone could win it. I like Houston. Jacksonville will be solid. Uh, we go into the AFC West. This is an interesting conference this year. You got KC, obviously, big favorite. Do the Raiders have anything this year? Any chance?
Yeah, they do to make me money because it took them under 7.5 on the alt line. There, yeah,
Under
that,
seven and a half?
yeah, I bumped it up. It was minus 160 on the juice on that, but I think 7.5. Come on.
I know.
Aiden O'Connell sounds like a kid who got busted for stealing his dad Mercedes and then crashing it while drunk on his way to go sell fucking perks to a bunch of sorority girls and do bad things to them. Bad quarterback, Gardner Minshew. I mean, okay, but Devontae Adams is not a happy camper.
Nah.
He's old. That running back, the Zamir White situation, I laughed my balls off at everyone who drafted him. That was a fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
Unless he's like eighth, you got him in the 8th round or later. I just don't see it. Raiders under 7.5. I also went one more. Oh, Travis Kelce under 900 yards. Is this guy gonna bust his tits? He's 35, by the way. Now, number
Yeah.
one, number two, he's banging the richest toothpick you can ever imagine. And 3, he just signed his podcast deal for $100 million with his bear-like brother. Is his mind on football? Probably not. He's got one foot out the door. If this isn't it for Travis Kelce, if they win this year, you can guarantee that he's out of here faster than Andy Reid's kid after eating a bottle of prescription pills.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
I agree.
over.
I agree. I mean, he's that podcast deal blew my fucking mind. I blew my mind.
Never listened to it. Is it good?
I haven't listened to it yet. Everybody likes his brother. How can you not like his brother?
Yeah.
His brother likes to just get naked in 0-degree weather and run around like a fucking big hairy bear. And
I guess everyone's doing Bert Kreischer's act now.
yeah, yeah. It's so it's so unique. It's so hilarious.
I forgot to give a couple other bets in the mix here.
Fire
I
him
took
up.
I took Malik Neighbors to have the most receiving yards for a rookie wide receiver at plus 390. I think he's gonna. I think the Giants are gonna be down. I'm gonna see Daniel Jones, but there's one guy who's gonna get that ball, and man, can he run past everybody and beat the shit out of him for the 50-50 balls. Malik Neighbors plus 390 to have the most receiving yards for a rookie. I also did not. I failed to mention Deontay Johnson over 800 receiving yards. He's the kind of the same situation. He's the guy down there now. Thielen last year for the Panthers had 100 catches and 1,000 yards with a first-year quarterback. For Deontay to hit this bet, he needs 48.6 yards a game. That ain't shit. They'll be down.
Stays healthy. That should be easy.
Yeah, exactly. I also have Deontay. Terry McLaurin. Everyone keeps sleeping on this guy. He's gotten over 1,000 yards in 4 years straight. He's played all 17 games in 3 years straight. Rookie quarterback, and know they're going to be down, and they're going to have to throw the ball. So give me McLaurin over 925 yards receiving. And I believe that does it. Yes, it does. There you go.
All right, we got about a minute and a half. I'm going to throw my 3 future bets, which Kev, you're going to love. I got
yours.
Number 1, New York Jets win the Super Bowl plus 1,800. Plus 1,800.
So they just sit there and win 8 games next year.
Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl plus 1,100. Now this one you're going to love. My final one. The New York Jets win the AFC, and the Pittsburgh Steelers just make the playoffs plus 750.
So the Jets have to win the whole AFC conference, you're saying, right?
Yeah, the conference. When the AFC conference and the Steelers make the playoffs, plus 750.
I think you're insane. I just don't see Patrick. I can never bet against Patrick Mahomes. That's why I win. I made a lot of money doing two things. I don't bet against inevitability, and I bet the money line Patriots, except for 2 times when the Giants played them, of course, and the Giants did what the Giants do best, and that's kick the dick out of the Boston fans. I don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. Come on, I've never, except Tampa Bay. I went against them, and I won because they're missing 2 offensive linemen. I can't see the Jets getting the AFC, buddy. Sorry.
I'm with you. You got to throw it, though. This is what it's about. It's called the Degenerate Gamblers, which is that's what we do. We bet on degenerate shit like the Jets winning more than 6 games.
Listen, I'll take another bet. I'll take minus 15,000 that Howie Dewey makes another retarded fucking over-the-top bet like that in the next 10 minutes.
Well, look, Kevin, it's awesome you joined us. We're going to have Kevin on a lot this year, man.
Oh, cool.
Look, it's going to be a good year. You got all the NFL shit coming. This was an awesome podcast. Look, Degenerate Gamblers, baby. Get on Whop, join, have fun. It's going to be a nutty year. See you later.
Later.